that. So if that means I gotta do a little something dirty, at this point, I think I'm gonna do what I need to do to show what I need to show.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and today we have an amazing show, and of course, nothing but amazing guests. She is the owner of Team Bully Buster Self-Defense and Fitness, and WoW Superhero. Please welcome Keta Rush. How are you doing?
Hey, hi everybody. Keta Rush in the house.
In the house, and it's actually perfect with your background because I was watching our previous interviews and you talked about your shoes. So now we're in years later. How many shoes do you have?
I don't count. I have not counted, but I would say somewhere in the 300s for sure.
So how do you pick, like, because I'm guessing it's like a certain color thing. So how do you know what shoe, like, does it like by osmosis, you're like, okay, this shoe's what's I'm gonna wear today? Like, how does it work?
Like, how do I pick to buy or pick to wear?
Pick to wear.
Pick to wear. Every shoe box is labeled with the color scheme. And then every aisle, like those are Jordans, or wait, those are Jordans, Dunks, Adidas. I just have everything kind of like organized by either brand or type of shoe, like Air Max specific, whatever. And then I just have them colored. So then I pick, I pick out my outfit, or I'll pick my shoe first and then I'll go pick out my outfit.
All right. Okay. I like it. You have been with WoW for 10 plus years. So, I don't want to kind of go over how you started because we already covered that, but like looking over the years to where we're now, because we've been through a pandemic. I think at the time, we've been at two or three different TV networks and stuff like that. So like where you are now, like take us through that kind of mental process.
It has been a journey, and it's been an amazing journey. There have been ups, downs, ins, outs, and all at the end of the day, it's about being in the ring and doing the damn thing. And I've been fortunate enough to see the company grow from very humble beginnings to now being on network, and we have a global platform. I mean, we are the only organization that is women driven with a global footprint. That's huge.
It's very huge.
We've gone miles ahead. And so it's dope and very beautiful to be a part of it from when it started to not first started, but when the second come around started and being a part of that.
Yeah. And so now, because, we're adding, it seems like I've had the privilege of going to see the live tapings, and it seems like every live taping I go to, there's like more superheroes that are added. So are you now kind of in that place? Because you're kind of like an OG of sorts. Do you help train the girls, or what's that kind of dynamic with, the new versus the old guard?
That's kind of a tricky thing with WoW, the training. Selena Majors is our head trainer, and it's just kind of tricky because she'll have help, but sometimes it's like a newer wrestler, so it's kind of, I don't know how to. It's not my favorite part of WoW. I wish that aspect was a little bit different. But I mean, I've seen girls come and I've seen them go. I've seen girls be amazing and go all the way to the WWE and be like, yeah, go girl. And then I've seen girls with crazy expectations, like, you don't know nothing about wrestling, do you? And then I've seen girls like come in and just be like, this is my jam. Like, I don't care. I just want to do this. So I think it's all relative, and it all makes for the journey that we're on, that we've been on.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's nice seeing, like, there's just what I loved about WoW, what I still love about WoW is just there's been so much variety in different shapes and sizes and all the things. And, that's really great to portray on television. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I was doing a little bit of searching. I didn't get a chance to do the whole deep dive. But in our last interview, you said that you want to have a match with Jungle Girl. That was back in 2017. So did we fulfill? Did we, like, as if me and you?
Because we didn't, Chike, because she retired after that. She was diagnosed with cancer and had to do that whole, recovery thing. So I never got that dream, but that's still one of my most amazing friends, and I've gone to Virginia and hung out with her, and she's such a blessed woman. I'm blessed that you just know her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not putting words in Jungle Girl's mouth. However, when we had our last interview with her, which was last year, she said that she's not officially retired.
Okay.
So I'm just.
So that's still there. That dream, we aren't going to shelf it.
She said she has one championship left in her. So, I'm just.
Hey, that would be magnanimous.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my God.
So that kind of goes into with you. I mean, you've done trios, you've done tag teams, you've done single matches. Again, your goal in 2017 was to become champion. How does it work? Because actually we do a post show and we're talking about there should be like almost like a ranking system, like how many matches, because we know certain people are undefeated, but some people have been there longer than others. So as far as your like title shot, like where do you fit in that, or are you, because you were in the trios but you guys didn't make it to that? So where's Keta Rush in the process of the Wild Superhero?
I question that as well. It's something that I really have at this point in WoW really challenge David and Selena, because I would love an opportunity to be a contender. I would love an opportunity to be part of major storylines. I feel like I've put in the time, I've put in the legwork. I am at training 5 days a week. I am showing up. I am early. I am carpooling. I'm training girls at my own gym, helping them. I feel like I've done what needs to be done for me to be taken seriously. But we have so many new girls all the time. So I feel like I kind of get lost in the shuffle, but I'm really praying and hoping to change that narrative, because I don't want that anymore. And I want to be taken seriously, and I want to be able to do the damn thing in the ring by myself. Like not necessarily a tag or a trio, like just a match.
Okay. So, watching the show, I feel like the people who do the dirty work and the shenanigans, for some reason, because David makes and breaks things, like meaning like he either disqualifies somebody for a match, or they'll see some shenanigans go on but let it happen. So I mean, maybe you have to kind of turn heel.
I know. And honestly, I've been thinking about it, because I'm starting to get really frustrated and I want to change that. So if that means I got to do a little something dirty, at this point, I think I'm going to do what I need to do to show what I need to show. So I'm open for it.
I'm just saying.
I'm just agreeing.
I'm just, it just seems, I'm just seeing the patterns, and, no shade David, but I'm just like, hey, how you see
but I think Keta Rush getting frustrated, all these new girls showing up thinking they're somebody. How about her? How about Keta Rush? So
that part. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, out of all the WoW superheroes, who are you the most, I don't know if the word is impressed by, but you're like, damn, that's a real good superhero right there.
Ooh, a real good superhero. I mean, the obvious Beast. She is an incredible superhero. That's my girl. And I love what she represents. I think she's an incredible superhero. Jungle Girl, also one of my favorite superheroes. I really love the women that embody empowerment and put the smack down, but aren't walking around like just being dicks and bullies and, taking advantage of people who are put in the work. And I'm one of those. So that's what I am attracted to.
Yeah. Speaking of bullies, how do you balance that schedule? So you have your training, Long Beach is not close to Studio City. So you have your training
in LA, which is still not close to Studio City.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, how do you balance all of that? And still, the main thing is teaching kids how not to get bullied, like empowering them. So how do you
Well,
what's a day in the life of?
yeah, a day in the life of Keta Rush is I, wake up and I'm literally at the gym training clients at my own personal gym, Team Bully Buster in Studio
Mm,
City. I teach Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, boxing, and wrestling. I teach self empowerment. I teach how to advocate for yourself, everything on just how to be a strong woman in this world today. And then at 4 o'clock classes start. So that's when the little kids come in. We start at 4, age 4, and then we go all the way up to the adults. And then I take off around 7 o'clock to be at training at 8 o'clock, which takes about an hour to get there. It's by LAX. And then I'm there for 2 hours, and then I come home and I got to shower and eat dinner, and then it's midnight, and then I do it all over again.
wow. And you said all that with a smile. That's
Yeah. Hey, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to be able to live my dream, own my own company, be able to be feminine and powerful in the ring
mhm,
and embody wrestling and everything I'm doing. I'm passionate about and I love it.
mhm.
It's why I can smile.
Oh, oh, I like that. I like that. I like that attitude. But now I not but now, when you started wrestling 11 years ago, and even when we had that interview, like the state of women's wrestling was in such it was kind of in that changing phase. We weren't
Yeah.
in that, like, we weren't in that, we were kind of
Takeover.
getting yeah, it's kind of like, I feel like 2017 was, we weren't main eventing, but we were kind of, it was slowly, now it's totally changed. So what do you like? Do you watch the current products outside of WoW? And what do you think of like women's wrestling, the evolution of it so far?
I'm proud to be part of this um, story, this narrative, this chapter of women's wrestling. I think it's beautiful to be one of the pioneers in it and in for WoW. And I think it holds a lot to be able to see women's wrestling grow from what it used to be to what it is now,
Hmm.
and how tremendous that lineage has been. And to be on this side of it today is a really beautiful feeling. And I'm glad I stuck with it.
Now, another thing I kind of want to tie into the last interview, you talked about saving a woman's life, and you said you were still training her. Are you
Yeah.
still training her today? And if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, you guys have to go back to the old interview because we're not, it's just saying. But do you
It's
still train her
crazy.
today?
She is a part of my everyday life. She is nicknamed Mama. And her son recently got married, and she's literally part of my life from that crazy story.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
almost
and
like
I did an entire piece on us. It
uh
was pretty dope.
yeah, it's almost like remember that guy who I guess, the grandmother invited him accidentally to Thanksgiving and then they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
that's what it sounds like,
yeah, totally.
feel good story. I like it. Now for Keta Rush, and I think I asked you this last time too, so we're in 2024, um, we did explore the idea of you turning heel. What would your story arc look like for 2024?
If I turned heel?
If you could wave a magic wand and sprinkle fairy dust on the
Okay,
writers
okay.
and make things happen in your favor, what would it look like?
I think it would look like Keta Rush got really, really fed up and frustrated with all of the new superheroes that are continuously being added to the roster. And she lets it be known to David and Selena that she is tired of it and she is not playing by the rules anymore. And she is down for the biggest, the baddest, give them to her so that she can prove herself and turn on the lights and watch.
Oh, okay. There it is. I like that. I mean, the last episode, I'm sorry, when the mother truckers went into the bathroom. I mean, I think that's what you're gonna have to start doing. But then wouldn't that conflate with you being
My
a bully
character,
buster? Yeah.
sure, but that's why I think I just gotta be smart. I gotta be smart and figure out what I need to do and what I maybe need to play against someone, maybe not necessarily cheating, but something where something's getting peppered, because I definitely need to let it be known that this is not okay. Let the girls that we have raise up. At least me. I want to be raised up. Help me rise.
I like it. I like it. And now also speaking to, we spoke to women's wrestling, but also African Americans in wrestling. We've seen so many champions and stuff like that. Again, things that I didn't even think I was going to see. And that was back in 2017.
Right.
Like we're seeing across the board, so many different champions and stuff like that. What does that like looking at that? Yeah.
It means everything to be a Black woman today. It really does. It's something that is, I'm just so proud and elated to be a Black woman and to be a Black wrestler and to inspire other girls who are either Black or mixed with anything, but just not Caucasian and want to see themselves. I hope that they are watching, because WOW is showing you that every single person can be a superhero, can wrestle, can do what they want to do. You can pick a color, you can pick a shade, you can pick a size. We have it all. And I think that's something that makes WOW so special, and why I'm so proud to also be a WOW women's wrestler is because of that, is because of all of the different fruit that we have.
Now, speaking of that, it just dawned on me, because you have so many WOW superheroes being added to the roster, do we need another belt? Because we have the trios, we have the tag team, we have singles. Do we need another?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? If everyone's just going for those, then like maybe throw in another one. I don't know what it's for, but why not?
Like
I don't know anything at this point. I just want to wrestle. I want to be in the ring, and I want to put it down.
I like it. Well, there it is. I want to thank you. Wait, one last question, and I don't know if I'm going to edit this or not. Because did you recently get engaged, or was it?
I did.
Okay, congratulations. Because you've been with him for a long time, and I think I was like, wait, did you just get engaged? So congrats. How did it happen? And that will be my last question.
It was New Year's Day, and we usually go to the beach on New Year's and pray and meditate and just kind of bring in the new year and thank God and for all the things of the last year and usher in all the things we're praying for in the new year. And he was being kind of weird. And I was like, what's up with him? Like, usually we're just so at peace, but he wasn't at peace. I could feel his anxiety. And then he said, can we go to a different place in the beach? This, I don't like this place. And I was like, sure, let's go, babe. We didn't like this place of the sand. So we get in the car and drive to a different place. And it's because he didn't like that as the background, because he wanted to set up his tripod and do the whole thing. So he has the entire moment captured. And we did it in Marina Del Rey, and it was amazing. I was truly surprised.
Nice.
I was flabbergasted.
And when's the wedding scheduled for?
No date. My mother passed away, so I can't imagine my wedding without my mom there, and my dad is getting older, and I'm dealing with a lot with his health. So it's not even in it, but we're good.
I like it. Well, congratulations with that. And just thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. The shoes is definitely a goal. I like that background. One day I'll aspire to do that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Where can everybody find you?
On The Pretty Flower on all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, everything, The Pretty Flower. If you want to follow my wrestling, that's Keta Rush. And then my business is Team Bully Buster.
There it is. Thank you so much for joining. You guys can follow me on everywhere at TK Trinidad. You can follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all things everywhere at WW Talk Pod and on our website, www.talkpod.com. Thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.